Come on, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hey, we are back. We are back. I have the talk specs. We can get this done. Yeah, I had to go online and find a service manual for this bike, something I could actually trust, to make sure I get the right specs. And it all came flooding back to me because I also watched my own video on this about the fact that this is between talk specs for. Is that the top one? It's in between talk specs of my two torque wrenches because I had to buy this one for the exact reason of doing this. This is why it's like being a bit of a pain in my head. Okay, so let's get the forks back in. Starting with the right one. If you remember when I took these off, you have to wedge the clamp open slightly. But you also have to get the fork in the exact right angle, which is not easy to tell. This, there we go. Way there. Yeah, that's right. How many people we got back? We got 7. Next one. In. There we go. God, I'm going to be making more jokes now. Stay. Taking the audio's working okay still. Seems to be, from what I can see. Right. Now we need to get the height of the forks right. Basically just make sure we've got the same gap. Where is my tools for this? I'm going to move them. Checking the height. Slightly easier said than done with so much stuff in the way. So what I like about Hondas is they've got a little ring that sits in here and it gets you the right height. I think I prefer the look at that side, so I'll try and match it that side. God, that really does hold on to it, that clamp. We've got 9 people in now. We are back. I've got the torque specs. I know it wouldn't take me long to find them. I have to go and find the service manual. So now it's come down a little tiny bit. You streaming on Twitch as well? No, I don't use Twitch. No, I am not using Twitch. They are not exactly flavour of the month as a platform. Actually moved it. Let's go down more. Oh. So maybe if I use a feeler gauge. Hey Connor, enjoy your break. One tap lower, I think. We are going to be there. Yup, I'll go with that. Yeah, I'll go with that. Right, 30 Newton meters. Y'all got any questions or anything you want me to talk about while I'm working on stuff? I have a habit, I'll go quiet, so I won't think to say anything, and I'll just end up putting this together in silence. What do I need? Need my Allens. What did I put then? I think you answered this before, not sure, but your YouTube name is Spicy 110, Spicy 110, or Spicy 110. I would say Spicy 110. There is no technically correct way, but I've always said it as Spicy 110. Or as others like to see it, Spicy Ho! Where's my socket that takes these? It's gone. That's it. Alex, are you back? Or are you still working? Because I'm actually using that adapter stack, because I have to. So let's side up. That feels like the right one. 30 Newton meters. Is that right? Where's my piece? Where's my piece of paper? Gone with my torque specs on it. It's right here. Here it is. 30 Newton meters. Newton meters. 30 of them. I have so much throw in here, it's amazing. Not. Getting concerned. There it is. Quite good with my Newton meters in my mind. You know, I messed up the last time. Torque wrench read the numbers all wrong and snapped the clutch basket bolt. I have a video on how to set a torque wrench, and people said to me, why would you do this? It's too basic. No one needs to have this explained to them. I'm like, yeah, because we're all born knowing how to set a torque wrench right. And even then you can make mistakes. Always remember to do the bottom ones up first, then the top ones, and you have to do the top caps in between. Yeah, click. There it is. Right, now we need to do the top caps to 24 Newton meters. And they are 20s, so I need my kit. 20. Wait. Any of you here for when I took this apart? I thought, right. 24 Newton meters coming right up. On the top caps, it doesn't matter as much. The problem is, I just remembered I can't actually get a torque wrench down on those. There isn't a straight line without taking the bars off, and I'm not about to take the bars off. And I know this will be fun. Just don't do this bit. When you tighten them up, they actually do get pinched by the yokes, and it stops them being undone, which you wouldn't think would actually work because, you know, it's made of metal. It's not going to actually squish it, but it damn well does, because it's harder to undo. Well, it's impossible to undo them if you don't undo those top bolts. Click. 24. Hello, Jeff. What did you miss? I've got the spec sheet. Forks are going back on. This is a different sized Allen. This feels dodgy doing this on a live stream. I already feel like a moment. This is when it pinch bolt snapped. We'll creep up to it. Oh, I don't want to go any higher than that. That's starting to scare me. I'm supposed to. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No, they're fine. Right. It was one more. I'm sure it would have clicked, but oh. No, don't push your luck. Do push your luck. Try it. See what happens. Nope. Not doing it anymore. I'm going to feel what it feels like by hand. Yeah, no more than that. No, that's fine. So, that's torque, there, torque, that's torqued. Front wheel back on. Back on. Been done. No, not front wheel back on. No, yes, because I need to get the front wheel down to get that bracketry back on. So we do that. Come on, give me a question. I need questions. 18 of you. Someone can come up with a question. Doesn't have to be about bikes. Yeah, anything you want. You ask me for my opinion on something if you wish. Don't get too political. I'm gonna go and sit down. I won't see any comments. Yeah, right, fine. Oh, there is a delay though. I suppose I should wait for that, shouldn't I? You get to it. Right. Big clumps of mud all over this. Ooh. This was already nice and greased, as are the spacers. That's going to fall out. Stick it in. Whoa! It happens, isn't it? Right, one side at a time then. Fine. Be like that. Grease. Oh, there is goose messages. Was I moving away from carbs and injectors? Right. Carb bikes are fun because of the speed of the response, and the simplicity. but injected bikes are just better factually. It's just a better system for fueling an internal combustion engine. But best doesn't always mean that's what you should use. Come on. Very heavy wheel. Little persuasion. There we go. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. That car bikes are good. Injector bikes are good. Injector bikes are basically better. Right. Tap the front wheel. No, that's 19 on the front wheel, isn't it? That's a 20. That would be 19. Yes. Would you like to fix my NC750S? These new wheel bearings, front and rear. That's easy. That's an easy job. It's the thing, I would be quite happy to do work on people's bikes, but I don't have the insurance, and I don't know if I really should be if I'm not qualified, whether I'm, capable or not. Is regardless, it's the qualification. That's 30, but we need 65 on this one. 60, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Pinch bolt. And read comments. Shouldn't use a torque wrench as a ratchet. Who used a torque wrench as a ratchet? Did I undo something with a torque wrench? And there is nothing wrong with doing something up with it. You shouldn't undo stuff with them. In my garage with my tools. Pinch bolt. Sorry, I totally forgot what I was doing. Pinch bolt. Yeah, I know it's like best practice never to use them as an actual ratchet, even if it's through light use. But the ratchet system and this is my opinion on it, the ratchet system is separate to the torque system on them, so you're not going to wear out torque system. But I suppose if you're using it day in, day out as a ratchet, that's a very fair point. Putting a tiny bit of copper grease on the pinch bolt so it doesn't seize. And then, what was this? 14 Newton meters? 19. Where's my small one? There it is. Is it going to But are we going to get spring at any point this year? I would really like some nicer weather. 19. 19. Next, calipers. SV650? What about an SV650? Are you chatting to someone else? Oh, I've got multiple levels of hammers. We have the small. We have the large. There's a big piece of metal down there you can beat things with. Right. No, as you can't have got closer together. I haven't touched the brakes. Go on. Okay, was it? Come on. So these are 27, which is very low. 27? Cal bolts, 27. I wrote it. Which is between my two torque wrenches. Typical. 13. 13. I was playing with I've been playing with Midjourney AI image generation a bit this week. It's really interesting where this is going to go. Where all this AI stuff's going to go. I was at one point I was using an AI to give me better prompts to give to another AI to give me better results, and it worked. That's a 12, not a 13. Yar. Yar. Wow, it's raining so much. Oh, don't do that. Silly. Chat again. No one believes. I suppose. See any thoughts about DIY Cramble? What? Cramblers? Am I misreading this? I'm dyslexic. Mingita? Probably completely butchered how that's supposed to be said. Well, ow, ow. Come on. Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, Scrambler. Sorry, right. So you said, hi, Spicy. Any thoughts about DIY scramblers? Yeah, they're cool. I would be very. That's one of the things I would like to do, and I've talked about it for a long time, but never had the options money wise. Um, is to take an old 125 and turn it into a green laning machine. There it is. The caliper bolt. Did I put it in the pot? There it is. I took it out myself and put it on the side, didn't I? Sorry, I am concentrating a little bit on this one because obviously, if I get this wrong, I'm dead. That's what you got to take, like, be serious about when you're working on your brakes and stuff like that. It's like, if you get this wrong, you're not just going to have a bad day. We are almost there. We've just got to tighten these up, put the fender back on. Just grinding a bit. Oh, this weather does horrible things to you. Like, it's not the bearings, they're new. It's the brake pads grabbing a little bit from dirt. So you have moved a bit because we lost some pressure. There we go. Perfect. Uh, sorry, I was talking about Scrambler and the green lighting thing. That's the cool thing to talk about. Yeah, I'd get like an old two-stroke maybe, or a Yamaha like DT125, something like that, and then just make it into the perfect green laning machine. But it would not have a 21, like, not 18, 17 setup. It would be on 17s, and I'd use some intermediate road tyres because if you the tracks I have available to me, if I made the bike really, really capable, it would make the tracks really boring. So you've got to have some slipping and some sliding. Uh, God, you really are crunchy. Right, next. Fender goes back on. nice thing about this one is it doesn't got any bracketry inside it. On the CBR, it's got like a cage bracket in there as well, and it like you have to get the two things in line at the same time. But also, real pain. But right. So what I have in here is a bunch of bolts, and these will be the bolts from that. Those are all fairing bolts. I know where they all belong. Oh, that's right. There was nuts. Where are they from? Shh. I'll work it out. I will work it out. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Are they just the front fender bolts? These? No. No. Those. I did do a chase, didn't I? Those go in there. Come on. Sit right, and then you'll go in right. There we go. Those that ones, and those got their own, so they belong to something else. Oh. Yeah, don't take a 125 cruiser green laning. I got stuck. That sounds like fun. I've taken a 125cc scooter green laning. I've taken this green laning. 10mm spanner. Where are my spanners? Is that 10? No, there it is. 10mm ratchet and a 10. Or is it an 8? It's that's an 8, isn't it? That is an 8. Ow. Good that this has gone relatively smoothly, because I could really do with that happening, so I can get on, and I hope that the weather changes a bit and we can get on to. I want to review some of the bikes from Andy Sill, more of the cheaper Chinese and different brands that you can't actually get that easily elsewhere, but around here anyway. Come on. There we go. Whoever decided that having nuts on the back of the bolt that goes into the fender that you have to get your hand in was evil. Pure evil. Someone did something to hurt them. They're taking it out of the wall. Ow! We got in there. 22? That's a few. I'm going to obviously do lots more live streams in the future. Would you be interested in gaming live streams? Because I'll just be hanging out like this, but I'll be playing, not no COD or something. Is that of interest to you? Because the nice thing is, it doesn't put it in my normal video stream like it used to. It's now in the lives tab. So you don't have a problem with like Call of Duty game, and then like a bike video between, and it confuses people what your channel's about. But I think COD would be funny because they've got things like One in a Chamber now, game modes. One side done. I'll do the. Oh, do you know what? I think I'll take this off the stand. It makes things easier. I see messages. Yeah, it wasn't super cheers. Sounds good to you. Well, that sounds good because I enjoy playing COD. Here's the next question then, because this is something for me. Do you prefer if when someone's streaming a game you can see them or just hear them? Because I find it's fine, but it's just so small in the corner. You're kind of like too small to really tell anything about, and then yet covering up some of the screen. So do you like it when someone has a face cam? Right. Front end is coming down. Door. Up. Keep out. Door. There. Let's stand out. My adapter's off the end, otherwise I'll lose those. Right. Are we around this side now so I can actually look at the chat? Ow. Hello. Face cam. Having face cam is funny for jump scares only for than very repetitive things. Okay. That makes some sense. I get what you mean, like with a jump scare video, that makes perfect sense. If you want to see them jumping out of their skin. Now, which way around do you go? That way. There we go. Keep turning it till it makes success. Success makes sense. Keep speaking till it makes sense. Ow. Oh, going back to this again. So what I'm basically doing here is I'm currently, again, screwing a nut onto... I'm being strangled by my own bike. Trying to thread this nut onto this bolt. Not easy. But I've done it. Oh, tight. Oh my god, come on. Spot. Oh, you got any more questions? Questions? Give me questions. I've been at this for like 3 hours already today. My brain's starting to just numb up. Or I'll start asking you questions like pineapple on pizza, where do you stand? Because when you enter if you ever come to my Discord, if you ever join Patreon and come to Discord, you will be asked, what is your stance? It doesn't matter what your answer is, but you don't want to be on the wrong side of the pineapple haters or the pineapple lovers. There we go. Right, so now I'm just getting the bloody hell, getting the brake line routed into its clips on top of the mudguard and cinch down. So tighten, 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 tightened, tightened, tight, not tightened, not tightened. Your bike is kinky, clearly. Yes. Don't stop pineapple on pizza. One of my sons likes pineapple on pizza. The other one doesn't. So we get it half. So we got it half right. Wait, hang on a minute. Can you get like a half and half pizza so it's half pineapple, half not? Will they accept that, or is the presence of pineapple like a no go? Not happening. Right. So I need to. There is a bracket up underneath here that I need to reattach. Where are you? There you are. Where's your bolt? Oh, that's what those bolts are for. See? It all comes clear in the end. Who shares a pizza? Well, me and Reno. We get the Tesco's. Tesco's do this, what's called the pizza party company or something, and they do this really nice pepperoni party pizza. And you get like the chicken bites and the garlic and herb sauce for £5, £6, I think it is. Well, it's for, oh, I can tell you about that actually. That's brilliant. Right, so they sold this on the island, and it was very successful. Like people always buying them, but they normally stocked it quite well. And then out of nowhere, they decided we're not going to sell those pizzas on that deal anymore. We're only going to sell Tesco's finest. So you've gone for some pretty classic things of like pineapple pizza, pepperoni pizza, cheese pizza. There might have been a third one, but there was like, good stuffed crust, tasty, good pizzas, cheap as well. And replaced it with like spinach and ricotta, specialized breads and stuff, and no one bought them. Absolutely no one. And I was saying to Reno, like, it's really annoying because we're now going to have to get one of those pizzas. But I know it will change because they won't sell any. Sure enough, it's switching back because they keep having to discount vast amounts of pizzas that no one around here wants. What I'm actually doing right now is there is a bracket which has got the brake hoses connected to it, I think, and the horn, and it was kind of in the way, so I took it off, and now I'm having to put it back on. Okay, right. All right, shit. And I can't do this by looking, so you have to do it all by feel. Am I actually doing up the right thing here? No, I'm not. I found an 8 mil, but it wasn't the right one. Wait, yeah, that's the one. Oh, what I do for a fine grain ratchet, tooth ratchet. Helmets tools are okay, but literally the amount of throw per clip is just so annoying. Come on, do up. Okay. Click. Okay, so idiot again. Axle is in incorrectly torqued. Pinch bolt is in incorrectly torqued. Bottom brackets were correctly torqued. Top brackets are correctly torqued. Top correctly torqued. Top caps torqued. Brakes. So I'm just going to put the fairing back on. Sweet. Oh, I can come look at the chat now as well. Why don't you tell us your name? It's no big deal these days. Remember Baron von Grumble? Everyone knows his name at the start of your YouTube life. It was understood right. The reason why is because you don't know. Everyone I know who's a YouTuber, including Baron, has had people at their house. As soon as your name gets out there, people turn up at your house. Jeff, are you able to say anything? Also, I hate my real name. And I very, very rarely get called it, to the point that when I bumped into the guy I did the boat work with the other day, he was calling me by said name, and I didn't realise he was talking to me. So I'm also almost like I've almost divorced that name personally. People just want to know because it's like, oh, it's the intrigue. But as soon as you find out, you're just going to go, oh, that was boring. And you'd actually get more fun out of it being unknown. Or you can look online and find out what, because there's a couple of places you've given away my name exclusively. How's it going with the bike? We're doing well. Everything's back together. Just got to put all the fairings back on. Should have paid slightly more attention to what length ones won't wear, but we'll work it out. There'll be the short ones for the top bits. These will be the longer ones for the side. Oh yeah, and yeah, okay. So they're basically all the same. They're just slightly different lengths, and it's just I've got them to match. They're a match. So you can go in there. Go in your home. There it is. I'm also getting grease all over this bike to my hands. I'm going to have to clean it again. Yeah, I'm guessing Jeff now. Could be Colin. Could be Colin. Colin's an option. But don't ever forget Jim. Jim can be there too. No. It's got plastic coating covering behind it, so that's definitely for there. So this doesn't matter. It's just more about trying to get them to match the best I can. Oh, I know where the small ones go. They go after the little front bits here. Yeah, I'm doing this right. I'm doing it right. It's all fine and good. So now I need those little ones. Brian. I would have loved to have been called Brian. Brian is the most. You never hear like Brian killed 400 people. Brians are always nice people. But I'm not a Brian, no. But let's not play this game because you'll just keep going, well, is it? Well, is it? And I'm not going to say if it is or isn't. So. I did actually genuinely think at one point that I might change my name because I don't like it. But I'm not sure how my mum would think about that. Why are you misaligned? Oh, I see why you're misaligned. You're not in properly. Come on. There we go. If you were to combine your first and second name, would it be total of letters? I'm not saying. Wait, hang on a minute. Total of first and second name. I know exactly the name you found. Are you referring to the one and only Jim Bell? The Jimballs? It's the gaming tag we use. We use Jim Bell as a gaming tag. Possibly. Oh. Yeah, I don't know who made that website. They're wrong. Or maybe they're not. But they are. But you never know. They're definitely wrong. Or am I just saying that? Yeah, I'm just saying that. Why not be? I can keep this going for hours. Oh, we're so nearly there, peeps. I am proper happy about this. I was dreading sort of getting both these bikes through their MOTs. And thankfully, DR played ball. I even got the light to pass. Because I should really do a video on that actually. The JNS light that I got for the DR is an American fit, and I had problems getting it through its MOT. Not because of the left to right, that was what you'd think. It was because of the maximum up and down. And as it turns out, for my weight on that bike anyway, if you drill some new holes to basically make the holes into slots and then adjust the tilt, you can get it within spec that will pass MOT. I probably should explain that in a video. Then again, you know, what things out for themselves. I think I have put a comment on the video saying, like, be warned, you're going to have to make a small adjustments, but it's fine. Why won't you go back in? You're being very annoying. Being extremely annoying, Dilly. Right. There we go. There we go. So you're having a discussion about whether you need a large CC bike. Simple answer to that is what you do with it. If you ride it around town, what the hell are you doing? If you go a long distance with it, you're doing it right. Kind of. Also, this is something else people need to remember. Just because something isn't a good idea, practically, doesn't mean it's not a good idea. Fun-wise. I will say, if I had to travel the country up and down on any bike and I wasn't paying for the fuel and I wanted to do it in comfort, it's hard to argue with a 1,000 over a 600. Sorry, it's hard to argue to get to take a 600 rather than 1,000 just because it's so much reserved power. It just makes it so tame and just civilized on motorway. This thing screams. Hurry up. Get rid of those greasy marks. Find my heated grips. Where are my heated grips? There they are. Lock and lock stuff. It's like Velcro, but it's not Velcro. It's nuts. I tightened those up enough. I don't think I did. Voila. Right. We are done. I'm just going to do one more idiot's check. We did the axle because it was 65. We did the pinch bolt because it was 19, and we put grease on it. We did the cover bolts to their 30, 20 to 30. And we were happy with that. Done. We've done up those. We've got the brake lines back in the right place. We've put the bracket back on and tightened both of those up. We've done the lower pinch bolts both sides. Done the uppers both sides, not quite to 30 because it sounded like it was going to snap the bolts. Top caps have been done up to just so. Brakes been checked. Scheißen. I need a key. I need a key a minute. Because I need to check my lights and stuff for the MOT. Right. Apologies, people. I have to open my garage door and I cannot tell if you can see out of it or not. So you're going into darkness just for a minute. Oh. Sorry, I put you in the dark, people. I want to have to put you in the. I want to put you in the dark cupboard. What? You mean when you cover up a camera, you gain viewers? We should do it more often. Go on, catch up so I know this is all working. You hear me all right? Salmon? Cod? What the fish name? There we go, looks like it's working. Is it? Yeah. Good news. Right. Why did my fuel pump just not run? Because there we go. Kill switch was off. Oh, I'm afraid you're going to be deaf for a minute because I need to check the headlight, which means I have to turn the engine on because this bike doesn't put its headlight on, as you can see, until the engine's on. I'm not trying to do myself a nasty. Indicator's working. Indicator's working. Yep. You can just put the hazard on. Brake light. Yes. Go on. Yes. Turn light illuminator. Yes. Rear wheel bearing. Good. Front wheel bearings we've already checked. Chains in good nick and is adjusted right. Brake pads are within limits easily. Tyres are fine. Rear one. Yes. That's it. She's all good for the MOT. Stand down. 220 kilos, balanced in a couple of fingers. Done. Done. Celebration. Woo. I'll move the camera down here. Hold on. You're going closer and closer to the floor. Oh, no, not foot cam. I don't give you that. That's for OnlyFans when it all goes wrong. Oh, what time is it? Cool. I have about 10-15 minutes. We can just sit and chat. My mic, yes, my mic's here. I really want to see how this was done, Mystic Guru. You can go to my live tab if you're talking about this video. You can go to the live tab and see the earlier stream where I rebuilt them. Rear shock's fine. That'll pass because it's got a cover on it, so they can't even look at it anyway. But I am considering whether I'd prefer a different rear shock on this bike. I've also thought about uprating the springs in the front. But then it's like, are you trying to turn something into something that it's not, pointlessly throwing money at something, you know? I need to do mine. Bought some second-hand ones as mine are really bent. Yeah, it's on Europe's. No, they're not upside down. Hang on, are they upside down forks like the DR with the stanchion at the bottom, or are they the right way up with the stanchion at the top? Because stanchion at the top's way easier, like we've just done. You leak some sort of chemical over here. Yeah, no, I know you mean the front forks here. I mean, which way around the forks? You have upside downs and standards, where the stanchion's at the bottom and the stanchion's up the top. But I'm trying to remember on your bike, it was stanchions at the top, I think. Ew, that was grubby. Anything hanging off? Wait a minute. I bought a new rubber for the. Yeah, I've got a new rubber for the DR shifter. I forgot about that. It's in the box in the kitchen. Mine's like down to a point at this point. Not looking forward to an extension then. Curry spicy level. In curries, I actually like I don't mind like. It's not the spice. Like tikka and stuff is about as hot as I want to go with a curry generally, but that's because the hotter ones taste ways I don't like. But when it comes to like hot food, like spicy food, yeah, I'll go for really spicy stuff. But it's got to be the right sort of thing. I really like chili sauce with like tuna and stuff like that. Are you doing any more bike reviews anytime soon? Have you seen outside, sir? Yes, when that is not happening. Next few weeks, as we get into the spring, I've got loads to do from Andy Sill. That includes like 125s, 300s, new bikes. He's also got access to loads of old bikes like the Blackbird. I've never ridden a Blackbird and I nearly bought one instead of buying the XJ6, but it was just so big. The idea of pushing it backwards out of here and for my needs, it was way too big. And I'm glad I got the XJ, but I still want to ride one. So, yes, there will be. It won't be from Triumph because I can't seem to get bikes from them anymore. It could be from BMW because I can get those from the dealers, but they're not. I just don't feel like people are that interested in the BMWs on my channel. They never do as well because I think they're just too expensive. Suzuki's always do very well, but Suzuki's not released anything in for so long that, my God, but I am lined up for anything they've got coming out. Yoink. You have 20 minutes. That's summer. Missed it. No, come on. Think about last year. It was amazing. That heat. It was equally too much at times, but I want it back. I do the same thing every year. I basically get to about this point in the winter. I'm like, I've had enough. I just want it to be warm. And then there's a certain point in the summer. I'm like, I've had enough. I don't want it to be so hot. I want it to be cooler. And then I just do that. I'm very English. I just keep complaining. I'm never happy. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that is the reason people aren't so interested in the Beamers. Like that they, and if you are, they want to see it, you riding it like an absolute loon, just to see someone run like a complete loon, opposed to like, what's this bike like riding around 30-mile-an-hour country roads or sat in traffic like you would normally be doing? No heat here in Norway. No, I'm sure there's not. How hot do your summers get in Norway? Because this is one of the things, right? The temperature swings that places get. Where Germany can go from like -40 to +40. The England goes from about -10. We don't really get below. We rarely get below that. So -5 ish, -10, up to like 35. But Texas can do similar sorts of swings like that with higher temperatures, but they can swing like huge differences day to day as well, depending on how the wind comes through. Norway normally gets down to about 20, 25. Oh, we get to about 20, 25 if we're lucky. Wow. That's not very well. It's quite nice actually. 25 is a really nice temperature, but that's kind of like the mean during the summer. How you done? Push? I'm planning on becoming a reserve. Okay, now I understand it. It's too cold where I live. Let me in. You're saying it's not safe in your homeland? Yes, it's freezing. Should get hold of a CF Moto 450. Yes, CF Moto. That's an interesting one. Have you noticed how they've suddenly turned into a big company? Like I know they've been around for a long time, but in America they just recently pushed really hard in a very obvious marketing way. And so when someone does that much marketing, it's either like we're here and we're going to stay and we're going to make statements, or they're like buy stuff now, please. Oh, hang on. What do you think of the Honda Blackbird for what you know so far? Can't wait till think about. Right, what I know about the Blackbird so far is that it was fast as hell. It was made to be a bit of a competitor to like the Hayabusa's style of bikes. Um, Very comfortable, reliable. I could have picked one up for like 2 grand a few years ago, and it was in lovely condition. But it was big, very big. And if you ride flat out, well, not flat out, but if you really gun it around on that bike, apparently you can physically see the fuel gauge dropping. It will drink fuel like you wouldn't believe, from my understanding of it. Like, apparently it is a known thing about them. Unlike many other bikes, if you are like really pinning on a motorway, you can watch the fuel needle doing this. But no, it's you still see lots of people riding them around because they're those bikes that people just still like. You won't be rich enough to spend millions on fuel. No, but I have a feeling the insurance won't be that insane on it because they're not a bike. I'm going to say this in the nicest way. The most of the people I see riding them tend to be a little bit older, maybe because they bought it back then and it's just done them for this entire time. But they're not like the. I don't think they're the bike that like lunatics want, who is going to put your insurance cost up. 176 a month for me. I'm 24 though. Insurance 176 a month. Please confirm. Do you want to know how much I pay for insurance for 2 bikes with business? This is business insurance with 2 bikes, and I get all sorts of extra covers. Yeah, it's less than £400 a year for 2 bikes a year. I have 11 and a bit years no claims bonus, maybe more than that, but only 7 actually counts. After 7, doesn't mean anything. Um, but I think because I have a clean license, because it's an aging thing, because I'm old. You for me. Yeah, I guess there's. I have to remember that between 24 and 37 is more than a few years. Jesus Christ, how am I this age? Shut up, Spicy. Some of us have to do OnlyFans to afford our insurance. Yeah, I'm 37, mate. It's a fair enough thing. But I would. It still sounded high to me because per year, that's what's that? Uh, well, if it was 78, it was 1700. Wait, that's only £2 a year. Nah, that can't be. Are you? I know you said you haven't got your license yet. That it might be a lot less than that. I hope. I really hope. Oh yeah, mine's fully comp as well. I should have said that. But I guess you took that because if you're only paying as much as I do, you're going to get all of it added on. Do you want a cup of tea with it? I can't wait to get my license sorted. Yeah, 125s get boring, and then you're going to love that bike, and you will then eventually go, I get 125s still. I mean, I don't own one. I've got a 400, but 125s are great. They're so light, they're so nimble, they're so get you about. But if you do long miles, if you go places and you want to explore and travel like that, then I totally get it. It's proper limiting in ways. And also if you want a bit more grunt, I guess. So I get it. Comes it. Oh, it is basically time for me to go because I need to go and put some food on so me and Reno can eat this evening. But yeah, I'm really pleased. Thank you for joining me. We got the bikes done. Did I do a video with the DR? Did I? Didn't I? What did I have to do to that? Exhaust. I did do a live stream doing the exhaust, didn't I? I have to say, actually, it does make it a lot more fun because instead of being here on my own, bored, I can chat with you and you can make jokes about my jugs. If you weren't here earlier, there was good memes about some jugs. Right, yeah, everyone, have a good time. Have a nice evening. I will be on Discord this evening. I think I'm not going to guarantee that. I think I'll be on till Friday. I reckon I can get this down to the MOT centre tomorrow if I call them first thing in the morning and just go, please. So I need it by Monday. Thanks. Hey, I'm not Terry. Sorry, you want to say goodbye to Terry? Here's Terry. Bye, everybody. See, if Terry asks you to do something, you probably do it. If I ask you, you're like, no. Take it easy, everyone. Bye-bye. Ending stream now. I mean, now. Your stream will immediately... Yes.